Hello everyone, Faiz here. Today we're going to discuss some life-changing lessons from one of my favorite books. But first, let's talk about habits. You see, habits can make you or break you. So choose your habits mindfully, but there are many questions that come to one's mind while making or breaking habits. Why should I make a habit? What are its long-term benefits? And what books should I read on habits? Well, I got the last question covered for you, as you can already see. You see, there are many books on habits that come and go, but Atomic Habits by James Clear is one of the best ones I've read, and I recommend it to literally everyone. This book not only tells us the science behind habit formation, but also the methods on how you can create or break the habits you need for a better life. All the claims are backed by studies and experiments, which makes the reader trust the book by James Clear. And my purpose for creating this video is to help you with the same. So without any further ado, let's go over 10 lessons from Atomic Habits that will help you create a better life. Lesson number 1, 1% better every day. This concept is all about compounding, which states that when you start a new habit, it may not be noticeable right away, but it's far more meaningful in the long run. If you strive to get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you are done. On the opposite side, if you get 1% worse each day for 1 year, you would decline nearly down to 0. It is rightly said, habits are a compound interest of self-improvement. Becoming 1% better or worse is for you to determine, and you could only adopt it by forming good or bad habits. You see, success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformation. So form the right habit and practice it consistently if you really want to see some noticeable result. Lesson number 2, achieving your true potential. When you continue with your good habits daily, there will be a time when you will achieve the desired result that you wanted. These breakthrough moments result from many previous actions which build up the potential required to unleash a major change. Similarly, habits won't make a difference if you don't follow them consistently. You see, when you start a habit and you don't see a change in days, weeks, or maybe even months, it is called the valley of disappointment. Now, while you're in this valley of disappointment, this is when you're not going to feel so motivated. You have to understand that the most powerful outcomes are delayed. In order to see a significant change, habits need to persist long enough to break the plateau of latent potential. When you finally break this plateau, people will see it as an overnight success, but you know the reality behind it. Changes take years sometimes before it happens all at once. So don't aim for the short-term result, play the long-term game. Lesson number 3, habit scorecard. One of the best things you can do is to be aware of your habits and accept them as good or bad ones. The reason most people fall in their life is because of their lack of self-awareness. You see, when we become self-aware, we get to know about our strengths and our weaknesses. Using this, we can create a plan of things we need to maintain and those on which we need to work on. So a habit scorecard helps you with self-awareness. So how do you create one? It's very simple. To create a habit scorecard, 1, write down all your habits. 2, if it's a good habit, write a plus sign next to it. If it's a bad one, write a negative sign next to it. If it's a neutral habit, write the equal sign. For an example, waking up equals brushing teeth plus checking phone minus. Now this scorecard will help you be aware of the good and bad habits, and awareness is the first step towards change. Lesson number 4, point and call system. If you are too lazy to make a habit scorecard, and trust me, I get the laziness part, then this is the best method for you. This system is the best way to end your bad habits. So to do this, you have to say out loud the action you are thinking of taking and what the outcome will be. For an example, if you want to exercise but you notice yourself procrastinating by watching Netflix on your couch, say out loud, I'm about to watch one more episode of Game of Thrones. And doing this will avoid me from working out. By doing this, you are realizing what the action is and what the outcome is. When you hear your bad habits spoken up aloud, it makes the consequences seem more real. This makes you more conscious of your actions, which will help you in making better decisions. Lesson number 5, designing your environment for success. Every habit is started by a cue. For an example, when you see a chocolate, you want to eat it. When you see a notification on your phone, you want to check it. The former part is your cue, and the latter is a response to that cue. You can construct your own environment for the desired habits that you want. For an example, want to read a book before going to bed? Place it on the bed so you can see it. Want to drink water as soon as you wake up? Place your water bottle right near your bed so you can drink it. If you want to make a habit a big part of your life, make the cue a big part of your environment. Most people live in the world others have created for them, but you can tweak the environment around you for positive cues and live life on your own terms. Lesson number 6, the role of society. One of the most effective things that you can do to build better habits is to join a culture where your desired behavior is considered normal. For an example, I love to read books, so I've joined book clubs. New habits will seem achievable when you see other people doing them every day. You see, at the end of the day, we are all social animals, and we love it when we belong to a group. Nothing would sustain motivation better than belonging to a tribe. And I'm sure we've all heard of that saying. If you surround yourself with 5 fit people, you will be the 6th. Similarly, if you surround yourself with 5 alcoholics, you will be the 6th. So we adopt the behavior of the people we surround ourselves with. So it's very important that you choose wisely. Lesson number 7, use your cravings to your advantage. A craving is a sense that something is missing. It is the desire to change the internal state. For an example, when you're hungry, you eat food. Being hungry is your internal state. Eating is your desire, and food is what you crave. It's the gap between the current state and the desired state that provides a reason to act. For an example, the current state is hunger. Desired state is fullness. To change this state, we act by eating. When you binge watch on Netflix, use social media for hours, or you're just eating food in general, what you really want is not a new series, a bunch of likes, or a potato chip. What you really want is to just feel different. All the habits that you perform are attempts to reach the desired state. When you make a habit, you learn to predict the result. For an example, cigarettes will make you feel relaxed. Social media will make you feel loved. Try to associate your habits with positive feelings. Change the result, and you are more likely to follow it to get to the end result. Reward yourself with a good hot water bath after a workout. Eat your favorite chocolate after studying for an hour. This way, you will make a good habit and reach your desired state by rewarding yourself in the end. This will improve your chance to stick to a habit you were struggling to maintain. Lesson number 8, motion versus action. Most of our problems in forming a habit will fade away when we learn the difference between these two. When you are in motion, you are planning and learning, but you don't produce any result. Action, on the other hand, is a type of behavior that will deliver an outcome. For an example, if I want to lose weight, then I read some diet books, that's emotion. But when I start taking the diet, it's action. You see, motion doesn't lead to any result. Despite that, we do it because we think that when we plan and learn more, we are progressing without ruining the risk of failure. We are social animals, and our biggest fear is to get embarrassed. And that's the primary reason we slip into motion rather than taking action. Motion makes you feel that you are getting things done. But in reality, you're just preparing to get something done. And then later, that preparation becomes a form of procrastination, and then you never start with the habit that you're planning to do in the first place. Now, if you want to master a habit, the key is to start with repetition, not perfection. To make a habit, you just need to get your reps in. And perhaps Emily Dickinson said it best. One step at a time is all it takes to get you there. Lesson number 9, the law of least effort. Energy is precious and the brain is programmed to conserve it whenever it is possible. Now, it's human nature to follow the law of least effort, which states, when deciding between 2 similar tasks, people will choose the one that requires the least amount of work or effort. Every action requires some sort of energy. The more energy it requires, the less likely it is to occur. For an example, reading an entire novel. That's a difficult task because it involves more energy. However, reading 2 chapters from it is easy because it requires less energy. The less energy the habit requires, the more likely it is to occur. So if you want to make a habit stick, make sure you make it easy to perform. The easier it is to perform the habit, the more chances you have that it will stick. And last but certainly not the least, commitment device. Make your bad habits more difficult by creating a commitment device. The choices you make in the present controls your action in the future. To follow the commitment device, we need to remove our present temptations so that we don't indulge in unproductive behaviors. So for an example, if you want to make a commitment device, identify your bad habit, take note of the cue that starts the bad habit, and lastly, remove it from your environment. You see, it all starts with awareness and then designing your environment in your favor. So in conclusion, all the steps that I've addressed here are tangible and they're easy to implement in your life. The only thing left is for you to decide whether you're ready to make some change in your life or not. And I seriously hope you do. Remember, We first make our habits and then our habits make us. And I really hope that this video helped you in some way. Do tell me your views in the comments below, and remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Till then, I'll see you next time.